All right, I'm live. Welcome, welcome, welcome on this Saturday. Hope you have better weather than I'm having right now. Let me pull something up real quick. For those of you who are new to this is my live stream is where I take all of the video requests that I've gotten in a particular week or less and the questions that I get for free, and I'm just try to lump them all together, knock them all out at one time, let everybody see the analysis because it seems like people like seeing it and also seeing me answering the questions. If you want to be involved in this and you have a video you'd like me to see, please email it to me. You can go to my website is the best way, acemethodcoaching.com. Then from there you'll click on the hurdle section and there's a really clear link on how to send me a video. You could also ask me a question there, but you could also email me at acemethodcoaching@gmail.com. Either way, I get them and all these free ones, and I put all these emails together, and so I can, like I said, knock them all out at one time, and other people can learn from it at the same time. If you want to get help beyond that, meaning I coach a lot of people online with my Ace Hurdler subscription. So just as a high-level view, I'll do the first video review for free. If you like it and you want to see follow-ups, which people do all the time, I'll have a fee for that for $29. But the smarter play is $29 a month, is unlimited video reviews. So whether you're sending me videos from practice or meets or whatever, unlimited questions, it's all part of that subscription, and that's what I give priority to every day. First thing I do when I wake up early in the morning is see what questions I have, see what videos I need to review, do those first, and that's my priority. And then as I can, I'm making other YouTube videos, and then time permitted, handling the free stuff that comes in. So before I get started I've got two videos to review from two different athletes, but I wanted to give some announcements. First, I'm very excited that I have passed 4,000 followers on YouTube. It's not a lot for a lot of people, but every 1,000 is a nice milestone. So thanks everybody for that. I have I just published the second of the personal best videos. This one is about Marc-Andre. So if you haven't seen that, please check that out. Marc-Andre the summary is he was a really good high school hurdler, but started plateauing, but he still went on to college and had not had a lot of success in college, not by his fault, but mostly because of COVID. And what he's telling me is this is his last and final season in college for outdoors, and he wants to go out really well. So he sent me his video, and to be honest with you, he's all over the place with his technique. And I was able to diagnose some interesting things that I think that are definitely causing it to happen. Then tomorrow morning is a new one with a really great high school state champion from Texas. Name is Malik White, who's just exploding in the last year, and he asked me to look at his video as well, and he and I are working together, and that's going great. And I have some other videos coming out soon, so please look for those. And if you're somebody who follows and cares and wants to see me build this YouTube channel where I put most of my energy on, watching those videos to the end, commenting, sharing, that's how YouTube sees that it's a good video and boosts that up and makes this all worth it for me. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to jump into the video reviews. Let me get there. Like I said, oh, by the way, also, if you have a question and I can take it live, just put it on there. Once I'm done checking out the two videos I'm going to review, I'll see if there's any questions for me and I'll answer them. But if you see this video not live, which most people just watch it later, anytime you want to send me a question, either on YouTube, you could leave a question. I'm going to start answering those questions here as well. I didn't think about that till right before I clicked on this button, but also questions that are emailed to me. I'll just get them all ready to give you good answers next time I do a live stream. So I'm going to be looking at a girl from India. Her name is spelled I-S-H-A, so I'm guessing Isha or Isha. This is not her. She's behind this man here. She's a pretty exciting hurdler, in my opinion. This is her doing the 100 hurdles, which I will talk about in a little while. Let me expand this. So very long-legged, which everybody knows should benefit a sprinter hurdler. She competes at a national level in India in the under 18s. She's 17 years old, high schooler, who in my opinion looks really talented. So obviously way too high over the hurdle, okay? So then you should be touching down on the ground now, but you still have almost a foot to go. And this would probably be perfect if you were touching down, but you're not. Then you had to wait until you finally landed, and now here's a solid landing. That in itself is not bad looking at all. Your knee is higher than it needs to be for a female hurdler, especially when you look tall. I don't know how tall you are, but in the other video I'm going to show you're taller than your other competitors, it looks. So you should be coming over with a really low knee because you don't need to go higher than that. So it's wasted energy. So, okay, keep that in mind. And then you're a little bit twisted. See how your shoulders are facing the camera? I think that is mostly because you were too high. And then here it looks like you look off balance. And that's, again, I think because of the height. So a little bit leaning. I don't like the position of this. I'm going to get a better angle over here, but you can see you're on your heel. You have your hips pulled back, leaning forward. Not good sprinter form. Landing on the heel again. Okay, look at that big jump. Okay, I'm not going to repeat it again. You don't need that. You need to take advantage of those long legs, and you're basically giving up your advantage by putting yourself in the category of all the other girls with the shorter legs by jumping too high. Okay, so I think it's even worse here. You should be touching down about right here. Definitely here for sure. You should probably already be flat-footed by now. Okay, again, if you've seen my video about the Olympians, women, their thighs stay parallel to the ground. You have yours up really high the way a man lands on the hurdles, but keep in mind their hurdles are 42 inches. Yours are only 33. You don't need to do that. So you're just wasting energy. Again, I think it's getting worse as the race goes on because you're fatigued. A whole lot of excessive lean here. Oh, you're going to the finish line. I get that. Okay. So in general, you know what it is. You need to be lower over that hurdle. Come land here. Keep your knee. Don't spend so much energy on that trail leg. And then just get up to running. And when you do run, try to run up tall. Keep your hips forward. Land on your toes. I'm going to look at your other video because I thought it was pretty cool. This is you at, I think, is prelims of the youth national championships in India. That's what think I'm putting together here. And this is where I think you ran your PR. And right here, I'll let it go fast first. And I like that I get to see you from the front. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk about these. I do think you look really good. I think you look really talented. You look like you've had some good coaching over the years, but your hurdling is just way too high. Okay, I'm gonna get that front shot, and I'm gonna try to zoom in on you. It's gonna be a little bit grainy. Okay. I like the arms. I like the lean, but I just don't like how much space that I see between your hip and the hurdle. But everything looks good. Everything looks really good. Just too high in the air. And again, your knee is too high. It doesn't need to be any higher than that. Okay, I'm going to use your competitor here, and she won the race. Let's look at her knee. She's too high over the hurdle too. Everybody here is too high over the hurdle. But notice her knee isn't up by her chest. Yeah, hers is even too high as well. But that's what you need to do. And I know that you're interested in moving up to the 400 hurdles. And as we've talked about in our emails, I think that is a really good decision for you. But to be honest with you, now that I've really looked at this more, I would encourage you not to yet move away from the 100 hurdles. I think when you learn how to stay lower over the hurdle and you gain some confidence with that, you could be a dramatically better 100-meter hurdler than you're doing right now. It's just that you're giving it up. You're giving up all your speed with the way you're running between the hurdles and also your height over the hurdles. So that's my opinion. So feel free to reach out to me. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to look at Logan. And for those of you who have seen a lot of my hurdle videos, you might recognize this. Yeah, actually, you wouldn't recognize him because he looks like a man now, and he used to look like a boy in other videos. He shows up every now and then in some videos back when he was like 10 or 11 years old. But the problem is, because this is YouTube and they have such strict rules about youth under 11, I haven't featured him much. But last year when he was an 8th grader, I made a technique video from him, and I think it was called District Champion or something like that. It was a really bad name. So I know more about search engine optimization. Now, anyway, he's now a freshman in high school who, keep in mind though, Logan is a very serious basketball player. So he probably didn't start hurdling until this week, maybe last week. But and so this is him in his first freshman sophomore meet. So with very little practice. Anyway, that's him right there in the lead. Whoa, big stutter. Let me, I'm going to slow that down, count those steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It was hard to say. He stuttered so badly there that I don't know. I can tell you that my good high school hurdler boys are taking 22 steps to the first hurdle, and he did about 24, 25. I'm not really sure because they came in a flurry there. So that needs to change. Okay, let's see what happens here. So left leg lead, preference. A little high, but not going to worry about it on a 300 hurdle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Slowing. See how he's leaning back now, slowing down? 12. I don't know if I was on 12 or 13. Darn it. 13, 14, 15. Okay. So, however many steps, he did, I believe, 17 steps. That makes sense, because now he's leading with his left. But if you notice how much he chopped his steps in here, he probably could have two things: just really gone for it and done it in 2 steps less and done it in 15 steps, which is what the better high school boys do, is they're doing 15 steps between the hurdles. Now, what seems crazy, like how do you go from 17 to 15? Well, think about this. If he had hit the first hurdle fast without doing all those chop steps there, he would have had a lot of speed coming off this hurdle. And honestly, had he more speed coming off that first hurdle, he would have been even worse at this hurdle because he would have been even closer. So my point is that even though he lost so much speed on that first hurdle, he still was able to do this in 17 steps. So imagine if he could hit that first hurdle fast, he should be able to get to this hurdle in 15 steps and be a half a second ahead of where he is right now. The other problem, look how he's swinging his lead leg from the outside. I mean, I could see the sole of his foot right here, swinging it. So he needs to pull it straight through, way too high over the hurdle, arms out like he's flying, but that's because he's too high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, chopping really bad, 14, 15, 16, 17, and he jumps way high again. Okay, again, he did 17 steps and chopped like crazy and was slow off the other hurdle. I believe he could also do this in 15 steps. Okay, so that would mean the first 3 hurdles, he could take 2 steps off of each hurdle and by now probably be a second ahead, if not a second and a half, of where he was going to be. So big drop down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 again. But now it's seeming a little more natural because he's starting to fatigue a little bit. He didn't have to stutter as much, but he still stuttered there. So this is my prediction. If he does what I suggest next meet, and he does, say, 22 steps to the first hurdle, then he does 15 and then 15, he will probably struggle on hurdle 5 unless he just knows to expect that and just goes for it big time and does this also in 15 steps. Or he could just see how it goes either way. But at some point he's always going to, basically the evolution is as he learns how to do it properly, there's always going to be the next hurdle where his fitness isn't quite there and he is kind of at 16 steps and is forced to either go over with his right leg now or to chop on it, his choice, or commit to saying, I got to get one more hurdle in at 15 steps and just will himself to run fast with a big stride and then know that he's now sufficiently fatigued and he can hit the fifth hurdle at 17 steps very comfortably. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so again, the other thing to keep in mind is every time you jump this high, you're just losing speed and then forcing yourself to deal with the gravity pulling you back on the track. Just plow through that hurdle and wrap those legs around it. But notice he didn't have to stutter. See, this is the case that when he's fatigued after 5 hurdles, then 17 steps makes sense. But when he's fresh, he needs to take advantage of those fresh legs, go as fast as he can and do those in 15 steps. Okay? So I'm not going to keep the counting because I know it's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so the kid is a stud, obviously. Really great athlete, can come off of having hurdled in a year and to show up and do this as ugly as it was. So and the fact that he can do 17 steps in the last 100 meters when I know he's not in good track shape says that he should be 15 stepping down the front stretch. So definitely do that. I really would be very disappointed if he goes to 17 steps again. All right, so that's that. Let's see here. Let me check to see what I got going on here. So I got people watching, but nobody's asking questions. So I am going to end this live stream. Again, if you, let me bounce to a different screen here real quick. Again, if you want me to look at your video, go to my website, acemethodcoaching.com. You'll go to the hurdle page and you'll see very simply how to send me a video. I will admit that there's something about it that's not intuitive because it takes you to an email. And the email apparently is not clear that you're supposed to attach a video because it's pretty regular that somebody will send me an email and I have to follow up with a reply saying, I got your email, but there's no video attached to it. So, and they always end up sending to me. So try to remember to attach a video to that. If you have a question, you can also email me through the website, or you can go to acemethodcoaching@gmail.com. Again, first one is free, second one $29, but smart play is to do the $29 a month for unlimited correspondence with me. That means unlimited sending me videos and asking me questions. I mean, to be honest with you, I have some people who I don't hear from for weeks. I have some people that send me 3 videos a day. It all kind of averages out. So just know that that's how it works. So anyway, thanks for watching and supporting me by my YouTube. So anyway, good luck. Have a good week.